They're completely different. It's like auditioning. It's so much like auditioning.
But it's completely.
It's a different.
It is.
It's a completely different skill set.
Job, a different skill set. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like So
at least auditioning, you're actually acting in the room.
Yeah.
You know, when you're running for president, you're not running for president in front of everybody. This is how I'm going to do it. You're going to pretend to be my chief of staff. And you're going to be the Secretary of Defense. And I'm going to put on a play. So I'm going to show you how I would handle it if I ran across the line.
I would rather that.
Yeah.
I would like to see a campaign like that where it's just a little mini play.
Little mini play.
Yeah. It's like a little
crisis
cabinet
situation.
meeting. Yes.
A little Cuban Missile Crisis right in front of everybody's eyes.
And just to see how everyone would handle it.
Yeah. That's why when people pretend to be a president in a film, people go, you know what? He would be a great president. Like, people do that all the time.
That's true.
That's how Zelensky became the president of Ukraine.
Because he was a good actor.
He was an actor as a president in a TV show. And that's why everybody liked him. Did you know that?
I knew that he was an actor, but I didn't know he was playing the president.
He was playing the president.
And
he was a comedian. And he was playing the president in a television show. And people loved it. And they're like, he should be the real president. Like, that's how goofy people are.
Well, yeah, that could definitely happen in this country, don't you think?
100%.
Well, all the people that have played the president, people will be like,
actor really wanted to campaign, everybody would be fucked. Except for they just tear him apart and attack him and make up a bunch of stuff about him and his family and blah, blah,
and
blah.
actors they have thinner skin than politicians.
Some of them do, yeah.
Most of them, because it's because as an actor, you're putting yourself out there all the time, and you feel insecure. If one person doesn't like you or says that you're horrible, then it's like, oh my God. But politicians are like, what else you got? That's it.
Well, they're just used to being full of shit. They live in it.
Well,
they're comfortable in it.
I think that there are some politicians that are authentic and truly working to make the country better.
Absolutely.
That is one thing that I've seen.
I think there are people on death row that are innocent.
They're just so few and far between.
I just don't think it's most. I think the reality.
Well, what do you think? Why do you think most? Why would most people do it that aren't interested in truly, making the country better or bettering the government?
Well, it all depends upon what's your motivation? Like, what are you doing it for? And I think most of them are doing it for the same reason why people become famous. They're doing it because they want to be special, and they want to say the things that people want to hear so that people like them, and then they can make money. I think that's why they do it. And then once you get in, here's the thing that seems to be pretty apparent, is that once you get in, for the most part, you have to adhere to the mindset of all the other people that are in your business. And if you don't, you get like John Fetterman. Like, you get cast out. They hate that guy now. They're mad at him because he says, I think you should probably have ID to vote.
I know. I like John Fetterman.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's a sweet guy.
And he says he's authentic. He says,
well, that guy genuinely worked in charities for his whole life. Like, he genuinely worked in doing philanthropy work and, like, real stuff. Like, he's not a greedy guy. He walks around in a Carhartt hoodie and shorts. He went to the fucking inauguration in shorts and a Carhartt hoodie. And I talked to him when he was there. He's, like, genuinely sweet, like, in real life.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
He is who he is.
Big teddy bear. Like, a nice guy.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he had that stroke, and so it messes with his ability to recall things. So when you talk to him, like, on a show, he'll have, like, a little, like, device. An iPad that translates stuff.
Yeah.
Just so he can recall the question and do it again. But, he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
He just has a weird problem.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, you have to adhere. And if you don't, you're not allowed to have a deviating opinion. If you do, you get cast out. Like Thomas Massey. You see the same thing in the Republicans. Like, anybody that has an opinion that doesn't deviate with the groupthink, you get cast out. They'll call you a traitor. They'll say terrible things about you.
There's a lot of theatrics.
There's a lot of that. And I think there's a lot of people that are in that business that start off with really good intentions.
Yeah.
And then you see them slowly give in. They slowly succumb to the weight of what that position is.
But, it's not like...
Well, that's why Nancy Pelosi's 1,000 years old. She's worth $400 million, and she makes $170,000 a year. Make sense out of that.
Yeah, it is a little
Make sense out of that. First of all,
suspicious.
if you had $400 million in the bank, would you keep showing up for work if you're 85 fucking years old and you're in a job that pays $170,000 a year? I'd look at that paycheck every year. Every week I'd be like, I'm good. I'm going to get out of here. This is
I'm going to
crazy.
go relax on an island somewhere.
I'm going
call it.
fishing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Mexico and go
Yeah.
fishing. This is nuts.
Yeah.
I'd be enjoying this money. Why would you still be working? Because her net worth keeps going up and up and up. You've seen PelosiTracker.com. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, my boys talk about it. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
She's better at the stock market than Warren Buffett. She's better at the stock market than George Soros.
But is it possible that she thinks she is moving the needle in politics in the right way?
It's possible. Sure. It's possible that she convinces herself of that. It's also possible that staying in office is the best way to ensure you're not prosecuted.
Whoa.
Yeah, because if somebody goes after you, if that's not legal, and if you really did have insider information and you bought a bunch of stock on something that you knew that, I think there's a real good case that shouldn't be legal. It seems like it is legal now, but if you're involved...
I don't know. Is it legal?
I think it's a very gray area because the Congress people are allowed to trade and buy stocks, and they most certainly have bought stocks when they knew that a certain market is going to be affected by a decision that only they knew was going to be made.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of evidence for that. Like, that's how you make that much money. There's a lot of them, and it's not a Republican or a Democrat issue. It's red, blue,
across
red, blue.
the board. Yeah.
They're all making crazy loot. Not all of them. Like Tulsi Gabbard didn't do it. There's a bunch of people that didn't do it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of them that wind up making a ton of loot, and they get super defensive about it.
Well, nobody wants to say, yeah. I did it.
Well, tell me how you became worth $400 million
Yeah.
without providing any product. Like,
Yeah.
if you invented some new mouse that's like better than any other computer mouse, like,
Yeah.
oh, I see why you made that money. Congratulations.
Yeah.
But what'd you do? Most people make $170,000 a year are kind of doing well.
They're either doing
They're
okay.
doing well. Probably have a nice car. Probably live in a nice house.
Yeah.
You're not worth $400 million.
No.
That would be the rarest of rare people. Imagine if you were making $170,000 and you were working side by side with Bob, and all of a sudden Bob's buying a fucking Ferrari. He's got his own private jet. You're
He's like
hey,
showing up with his driver.
Bob, what are you doing?
But I don't know the answer to this, but I probably should. Aren't their finances exposed every year or no?
Well,
is that just when you run for president? 'Cause that's
I don't know. I mean, certainly when you run for president, then they want to audit you, or they want to see your tax forms.
Yeah. Which is cute. So fun.
But when you look at like the net worth, and it's very difficult to find out what someone's net worth is. But if you look at the net worth of Congress people, a lot of them are millionaires.
But were they
It's
millionaires before they went in? Because
a lot of them weren't. Well, Ilhan Omar was in debt before she got into office.
This is the question, right?
Yeah, now she's worth millions.
Kind
of odd. She's good. She's really good at her job.
Got lucky?
She's really good at her job.
She's really good at her job. I mean, I am seeing, through the lens with which I'm looking. I've seen a lot of people come into the administration that have already had a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So in that case, it feels like they're coming in for the right reason.
Right, but when they got in, how much more money did they make once they got in? That's when things get weird. Did you start your own crypto coin and do a pump and dump? Because, that's odd.
Yeah.
It's odd that that's legal.
Isn't it? And I don't have the answer to this either. You probably would more than anybody. But is there a group out there, a watchdog group that's looking at all of this? That's like, here's another thing I just discovered about this stock that's such and such voted for. And
there's a lot of people online that do that. There's a lot of independent journalists that do that. But the thing is, it never gets covered in mainstream news.
Right.
When was the last time you saw mainstream news doing a deep dive on Congress people's income?
Never.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like, because they want to get access to those Congress people.
Yeah.
They want them to come on their shows. It's a weird business. It's a weird business because most certainly when people get into office, they profit immensely. You don't just, so if you're like, let's just pretend you're the president. If you become the president, I think the president gets paid, what do they get paid? Like $450,000 a year or something like that. How much does the president get? By the way, Trump doesn't take that money. He doesn't take a dime of it. 400,000. But he does that with crypto coin. Yeah. Seems like a way they can pay you legally. If I was being cynical, that seems like you did something when you're in office and
That
they made a kind of deal.
They were happy about.
You're going to go on your boring ass speaking tour and rake it in.
And, sitting on boards, right? It makes me think of the opioid situation with, what's their names?
The Sackler family.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of that.
The guy from the FDA that approved it and then left and then...
They found him.
Really?
Yeah, when that documentary Painkiller came out on Netflix, which is just so good. Peter Berg did that. It's so good.
Yeah.
Not documentary, docudrama.
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick plays the Sackler.
It was really good.
Really good. The guy who approved it, apparently he was saying no forever. And then they took him to a hotel for like 3 days. And then the
Sackler family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Took the FDA guy.
I mean, what did they do in that hotel? I'd like to be a
They
fly on the wall.
closed the doors.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
Suddenly.
And then he got a nice job afterwards where he got paid really well. That's a gross thing that they do.
Yeah.
Where there's this revolving door between the FDA and all these other departments and then these other corporations. So you leave and then you get this amazing job working for the very corporation that you were regulating.
Yeah.
Like if you were doing a good job, wouldn't they want to have nothing to do with you?
Yeah.
Like this asshole kept us from making billions of dollars. And
Yeah.
we're going to hire him and give him $2 million in a consulting job. Consulting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a way to pay people off. Seems like it. Someone like me, on the outside, I'm just looking at it logically.
Just looking at it from my point of view. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it seems like it.
That's why.
And it's legal somehow or another. That's a weird loophole that should be closed up. You should not be able to regulate an industry and then leave immediately and go work for said industry and make a shit ton of money.
Well, right.
Because it seems like maybe you guys talked.
Somebody is doing something.
Maybe somebody talked.
That's why a lot of people don't like Bobby. Bobby's like...
Well, he calls people out on that stuff.
Fucking around with this.
Yeah. The Sackler family one is nuts because it doesn't seem like they're in trouble. It doesn't seem like... There was a deal, a sweetheart deal, where they were going to give a certain amount of money, a small percentage of the amount that they profited. And then that would also make them immune to prosecution. But then a judge pulled that deal right after the documentary came out, or the docuseries came out. But then you never heard another thing about it. So let's put this on ice for a little bit and just everybody shut the fuck
another
up.
thing I'm going to have to look up tonight.
Everybody shut the fuck up. And then it never made it in the news anymore. And it just kind of drifted away.
Nobody talks about it.
But that family is responsible for the death of who knows how many people.
Yeah.
Ruined who knows how many lives.
Yeah.
Destroyed families, destroyed children. I mean, think about if your dad's hooked on opiates and you become homeless and you're a child, what kind of fucking crazy path does your life take where it would have never taken that path if your doctor didn't sell your dad something that completely addicts him to it and imprisons him.
Right.
Imprisons him in a life of just fucking horrible addiction.
Well, that's why, when people talk about conspiracy theories, right? It's a conspiracy theory until it's proven true.
Yeah.
So if that can happen, if people can tell doctors this is not addictive and doctors believe it and doctors push it, and then you find out later, they knew.
Yeah.
There we have documents that prove that they knew that it was addictive. They knew how destructive it was, but they did it anyway.
Yeah.
It's like,
it wasn't really a thing that people talked about all the time before the Kennedy assassination. And then after that became this term that they would use for kooks.
Yeah.
You're a
label.
Conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
Like they use that for me all the time.
I was about to say.
Yeah, all the time.
Are you like the king of
I am a conspiracy theorist. Yes.
Because, by the way, what is a conspiracy? It's two or more people working together to do something
Right.
nefarious?
It's always happened. It's been going on forever. There's a ton of them that I could just rattle off the top of my head. And I've had a few conversations with people on the podcast where they're like, I think most conspiracies can be attributed to ineptitude and this and that. I'm like, no, not most. A few, some. But when there's profit involved, when there's power involved, when there's control of
Right.
resources involved, most conspiracies, in fact, turn out to be true. And
Right.
the more you dig deep, the more you realize, like, there's a concerted effort to make these conspiracies seem ridiculous because you don't want to be taken as a fool.
Right.
I am a fool. So if you take
you're
me as a
fine with
fool,
it.
congratulations. You're accurate. I'm a foolish person.
but
I'm a
wait.
professional clown.
But why do you say that? Because
Look at I'm the easiest person to mock of all time. I am a conspiracy theorist who is a cage fighting commentator. Like half of the time when I'm working, people are getting kicked in the face. Like that's it's like that's
It's like
brute
normal.
I mean, but like people look at that as like that's normal for you. Like that's like brutish, barbaric, like stupid meathead behavior. Like right, okay.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay. Also, I think they faked the Gulf of Tonkin incident to get us into Vietnam. Also, production of heroin ramped up to 94% of the world once we occupied Afghanistan. Like, what? Like, how much of that's real? All of it. Plus, the United States, the CIA rather, sold heroin or sold cocaine in LA ghettos to pay for the Contras versus the Sandinistas in Nicaragua. That's all true, too. That's real. Like, there's conspiracy theories you can get into that are fucking real.
And you don't mind people. You don't care what people say about you.
Well, I mean,
If they say, no, he's foolish.
I am foolish. I'm a foolish person.
Well, I think that gives you superpower to just say, I don't care what you think about me. Yes, it's like doing improv, right?
Well, nobody wants people to think badly of them.
Right.
I
But
don't want people to think badly of me. But
Does it affect your day to day?
I don't pay attention.
Yeah,
I don't pay attention to it. It's not good for you to pay attention to
No.
it. I
Like
just
if you
keep
see
on
yourself
rolling.
trending on
I don't
X,
see myself trending.
You
I
don't
go
ever
on
check
it.
it?
Nope, never.
Wow,
Never.
That is so smart.
It's not good for you. You're
No,
not going
it's
to
terrible.
change it. You're not going
No.
to change it. Yeah. You just got to keep moving.
And with kids, that's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell kids don't pay attention to.
They're going to pay attention, but they become more resilient from paying attention. And I hope your kids know who you are. I would hope that they get you.
Yeah.
And I think my kids get me. And
But
I think
even-
my family gets me. Look, I am who I'm a fool, but I'm an honest fool. I'll tell you what I believe. And it might not make any sense to you, and you can mock me all
you're
day
a
long.
Fool. That's what's so funny.
I think there's some things that I'm foolish with, but it's okay.
Well, I mean,
it
listen.
doesn't bother me. I'm nice. I'm a kind person. I try to be. I work hard at it.
Well, you're smart and you're curious and you're kind to people.
I think it's important to do. I think it's to live a good life. You should have a good community of people that you love and you care for, and you should be as nice to them as you can and have some fun in this life. That's what but also you can't be scared of people who don't know you thinking that you're an idiot if you're saying something you truly believe in.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't mind talking about like the moon landing hoax or fucking UFOs or I don't care.
Right.
All the things that people are like, oh, that makes you look like a kook. Like,
I don't give a
good.
shit.
Who cares?
Then don't listen.
Who cares?
Right.
But
You don't have to listen.
right, but also like I don't have to audition for something, right?
Yeah.
Like if I did, then maybe I would change. Like I
Right.
know a lot of comedians that kind of changed their act
Yeah.
once they started getting on TV.
Yeah.
Because they kind of take the edge off their act. They don't want to be as controversial.
Yeah.
They're worried about a bit maybe getting clipped and going viral, or
Yeah.
especially like only part of the bit where like it's
Yeah.
out of context, doesn't show the whole bit. Where
Yes.
Yeah.
Even words. I
Mhm.
mean, that's goes back to, the campaign. It's like if any words that come out of your mouth, they can, like you said, clip. Then
Yes.
it's just gone, and then it's now do you talk about, you didn't play the whole thing. You didn't say this was exhausting.
matter.
It doesn't matter. The words came out of your mouth. It doesn't matter.
Well, look at Trump's lawsuit with the BBC. They completely clipped his speech and took 50 minutes of it out. and put another thing at the end of it to make it look like he was trying to get people to go and attack the Capitol.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy. And, he's suing them now, and then the head of the BBC had to resign. But it's like, that is normal. That's kind
normal.
of behavior is normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what is this election going to look like with AI? And it's just going to be
craziness.
So crazy. I mean, the last one was crazy. This one's going to be so... I can't even imagine what it's going to look like.
Well, it's also Trump has kind of changed the way people interact in debates and in politics, and there's people that are trying to emulate his success, right? Which happens in like all art forms. And I think running for president and being an entertainer are kind of connected in the fact that you could almost say that like campaigning is kind of a performance art.
Absolutely.
I mean, think of like Kamala Harris. She had that one great speech that she did when they announced that she was going to run for president, when she said, if you're going to say something, say it to my face. And everybody went, oh, shit, it's on. And then she ramped up in the charts. And what was that? Well, that was a great performance. That was a piece of art, right? If you're going to be that's what that is. So it's like, this is what these people are doing. And he's changed the art form in a lot of ways. Like, he is like...
Yeah.
Like when Elvis Presley came out and started shaking his hips, and everybody's like, what the fuck is going on?
Are we allowed to do that? I'm going to do that.
Right. When Jimi Hendrix lit his guitar on fire, everybody's like, what the fuck? We can do that?
Yeah.
It's like someone sometimes comes along that changes the way people do the thing.
Yeah.
And he has unfortunately turned everyone into an insult artist. Whereas you go to the Obama Mitt Romney thing, and if you can find the actual one, not one where people are commenting on it, it's actually interesting.
Yeah.
There's another one that's the really good one. I think the best one is Clinton when he was running for president. When Clinton was running for president, he was so good. He was so measured.
He's a great
speaker. Not only that, if you listen to what he's saying back then, what's really crazy is a lot of it are right-wing talking points of today. When they talk about immigration, when they talk, it's right-wing talking points of today. Yeah. But it's looking out for the American middle class.
No, even Hillary, the things that are going around, the things that she said that now people are furious about.
I know. When she was running for president in 2008, we've played this clip a bunch of times where she's saying, if you're in this country illegally, first of all, you should have to pay a stiff fine. And if you've been arrested for any crime, you get kicked out of the country, no questions asked. And everybody's cheering. And you should learn to speak English. And everybody went nuts.
Yeah.
Like, that's so MAGA. It's so MAGA. It's more MAGA than like
MAGA.
J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
It really is. It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's crazy, but also, like no self-awareness. Some of the Democrats that are watching what's happening, and also
I just don't think there's anybody capable. There's no other than Gavin Newsom, right? Who is like the ultimate, like slick politician guy. And regardless of how the state goes in California, regardless of how the city of San Francisco goes, he keeps winning because he's really good at like being slick and like saying
presenting and being
pretending he means things.
And
well, he's
articulate.
A fucking politician, and he's a good-looking guy, and he's tall, and he's got nice hair. And people are dumb, and they're like, he could be. They're allowed to talk like that and say things that we know aren't true in a way that is a way that a person talks when they're running for president that they never talk like in real life.
That's true.
Like if someone was over your house, they start talking like that, you're like, Steve is fucking crazy. We got to get him out of the house.
He's very presentational.
It's so fake.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the shouting and yelling, and
it's weird.
It is weird.
And now it's become insulting. And now it's a lot of insulting. And Newsom has tried to ape Trump's behavior patterns.
I hope the pendulum swings back to
you need a really good candidate by doing this. And then it's not fair that if you are not a Christian and you go to this school, you have to read the Christian rules. And what about the Buddhist rules? What about the Muslim rules? What about this? It's just not right.
And he can talk about it in a real way.
And he's also a very religious person.
I'm not very familiar with him at all.
He was a school teacher, and he was realizing that cuts to the budgets were directly affecting vulnerable students in his class. And he pointed to this one kid that he had that was doing really well because he was getting counseling and, came from a troubled background, but he was really like showing progress. And then they cut off the funding. He lost his counseling, started falling apart, dropped out of school. And he was like, that is a direct result of this lack of funding for important things that he thinks directly affect people that are vulnerable. And he was coming at it from a very honest and a very moral and ethical place. And when you could talk to him, you could realize that I think he's a good man. And he has a real good chance of being like a...
Is he from Texas?
Yes.
Yeah.
He also pointed to the fact
he's kind of young, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very young. I think he's like 35 or 36 or something like that. But it's also, he pointed out that there's a group of very wealthy oil people in this country, or in this state rather, that want to turn Texas into a, they want to fund all the religious schools and cut the funding for the public schools. They want to turn it into a theocracy. They essentially want to turn it into like this, they're what you would call a Christian nationalist. And they really want to push that agenda. And they're doing it with an enormous amount of money. They have an incredible amount of money. And they're these evangelical Christians, and they have these very rigid ideas about what people should be able to do in this country. Sketchy.
Yeah, that's sketchy.
Very sketchy.
And it also goes back to money.
Yeah.
So even hearing that, like to run for president, takes so much money.
Yeah, a lot of money. But if people think you could win, they might get on board.
Yeah.
That's where things get interesting. Like if you think someone can win, like how much are you willing to like ignore just because this guy will get in? And then once he gets in, that's the dirty part. Once they get in, very rarely do they do what they said they were going to do.
Yeah.
Very rarely.
Yeah.
Very rarely.
Well, and do you think it's because it's so hard to make change, or you think once they get in, they're like, I don't care. I'm just going to do it.
Well, I think if you want to be really cynical, I think they say a lot of things that they don't mean in order to get elected.
Yeah.
They say the things that the people want to hear in order to get elected. And then I think once they get elected, then it's like the Bill Hicks bit. There's a Bill Hicks bit where he's like, I think they take you into a dark, smoky room and they show you an angle of the Kennedy assassination that you've never seen before. And then they say, any questions? And you're like, yeah, I just want to know what my agenda is.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of that, too.
No, you're right. I mean, not about that specifically, but definitely when you get in, you see things that are just like, whoa, this is bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger has been happening for a long time, and you're just a little tiny piece that's not going to change that.
The deep state is real. And if you want a conspiracy theory that a lot of people like to dismiss, just think about it logically. If there are a bunch of people that are in charge of enormous organizations, and these enormous organizations exist regardless of who the president is, and they are in office for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, whatever it is, acquiring power, using their influence, enormous amount of support from enormous corporations, that's real. That's always been real. And you have to contend with that if you want to enact meaningful change as a politician in this country. And good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck fighting that battle.
Yeah. And when you do get in as president, there are so many jobs that you have to fill.
Yeah.
Like thousands in days, weeks, months, thousands and thousands. So you have all of these thousands of new employees that are ready to work. They have to be organized. And now they're organizing with the people, like you said, that are politicals that have been there, or they're career people that have been there through it all, through different.
And they're going to be there when you're gone.
And they're going to be there when you're gone.
And so they'll hit the brakes every time they can.
Yeah.
They'll fucking
they're like, that's not how we do it.
Throw a monkey wrench into the gears.
Yeah.
Slow things down. Make backdoor deals. Yeah.
It's just like crazy.
I've talked to Tulsi about it, and she's like, it's so nuts. There's people that are in charge of these certain offices, and they just stop you from doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
And you're like, and then you have to try to figure out how to get around it. Try to figure out how to get, and then you have to wash their back so they wash yours.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a lot. It's just a lot of every day trying to friggin'. And I'm sure it gets frustrating, and I'm sure there are days when you're like, well, I know I told the people I was going to do that one thing, and I can't do that one thing. I can't even get people to change their mind about what they're going to eat for lunch.
That's the real scary thing about AI. said AI is going to come along and be logical and say, let us handle this. You guys aren't good at this.
I think they're doing that now.
We're gonna,
Don't you
all
think
this
they're doing that now?
corruption, all this corruption, we could put a stop to it
weed
immediately.
through it.
Yeah.
We
We
could tell
could make
you.
things very efficient.
By the way, you don't think AI could weed out the people in Congress and wherever that have been
Of course.
making
Of
money on
course.
interesting?
Of course.
Yeah, it
The
could
thing
happen in
is,
a second, right?
I don't think they're doing anything illegal currently. I think it's very questionable whether or not it's an ethical thing to do. I don't think it is, but I think as far as the legality of it, it's not. It's not like
Illegal
look,
to invest in a company.
But no, it's not.
But
And
it's-
you ever see Nancy Pelosi when she got asked about that? It's hilarious. It's so funny. Like they caught her off guard. And do you think he's like, oh, yeah, I think they should be allowed to participate? Like, and then she like pushes the microphone away and like gets out of there. You never seen it? It's really funny.
So maybe I have. I don't know.
Jenny, pull it up. It's a fun clip. Because like, look, she's been running it like a G. Respect.
Seriously, she's been in for a
running it
long time.
forever.
She's got it down pat, man. She's got it.
There's a photo of her when she was a young girl standing next to Kennedy.
Yeah, I've seen
So
that.
she's been in this game for
Yeah. She knows what she's doing.
forever.
Yeah.
And you want to know who she is? Her and Chuck Schumer, when they put on the African garb and they got down on one knee for Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And it turns out that the colors that they were wearing were from a specific tribe that was responsible for a lot of the slavery.
Oh.
They were the people that were enslaving people and then selling them. Then we told her that, and she just wanted to look
We
cool.
told her that. That's a tough one.
Yeah. Make sure that's true. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is. What? You didn't listen?
I'm looking for the Nancy Pelosi video.
Oh, sorry. That
Oh, I'm
Nancy
I'm sure
Pelosi and
it's-
Chuck Schumer,
No,
when they got down on one knee with their African garb on, the garb that they are wearing is from this one particular tribe that was responsible for a lot of the slave trade.
And by the way, that also speaks to how some things are just random, done by an assistant somewhere that's like, I need to have something to put on. And then now
Right.
and now it looks like they've made a big statement, and it's, it's like, oh no,
Right.
I didn't know.
Well, that's just kooky to do. It's just kooky to do in the first place. I mean, it's like, why are you doing that? Well, how about just say, I feel very strongly about this particular social issue, and we need,
Yeah.
less
Yeah.
racism, and we need to be
Yeah.
more equal in this country.
No, but it's about the photo op.
Is that you're getting on one knee?
Well,
Is
sometimes
that accurate?
when we go to
I'm trying to figure out what they're saying about it. There's a picture, but
Okay. Yeah.
people were just mad that they were wearing the stuff to begin with. I don't know.
Right. It's called kente cloth.
Yeah.
So was the kente cloth, did it have anything to do with the people that were involved in the slave trade? Or did they wear it? Because that's what I had read online. But again, who
Could
knows
be.
how much of that's real? That's the problem. You read things and it could be horseshit. Yeah. Fact check, yes. Hold. Go back.
It didn't say anything.
It said fact check.
Yeah, it didn't say yes.
Yes. It says yes, first word. Kente cloths were historically worn by empire involved in West African slave trade. Yeah. So that's true.
Well, it's funny because when Bobby and I travel internationally, and we might be somewhere where they wear specific clothing garments, right?
Right.
And it looks cool, and it's like we're supposed to go to a event or a function, and I will think, oh well, why don't we wear what they're wearing? Bobby's like, calm down. Just wear your own clothes.
Yeah.
Don't. Just
Yeah.
don't.
Just don't.
And I'm like, well, are you sure? Because everybody's sure. Just bring it down.
And definitely don't take a picture with their stuff on.
oh, no.
Theo Vaughn did that. He went to Qatar and took a picture with their, like, wearing
Uh-oh.
their outfits.
Uh-oh.
And everybody's like, you're bought and paid for. And it's like, settle down.
Yeah.
Do you got the Nancy Pelosi video?
No, there's multiple versions of it, and it's most of the things I'm finding are people commenting on it again,
Oh,
because that's where it exists.
I'm sure you'll find it. It's out there.
But
But it's fun.
I'm sure there are a
That's
few.
it.
No,
oh.
I mean, this was not it.
It's not
No.
it?
No, this is Yahoo Finance talking about it, and it shows 10 seconds of it, but it doesn't show her walking away like you wanted to. So I was trying to find what you wanted to see.
Let me hear it. back it up a little and
She's tough,
back
man.
it up a little so you can hear the question?
In government should be trading. Take a listen.
Insider just completed a 5-month investigation finding that 49 members of Congress and 182 senior congressional staffers have violated the Stock Act, the insider trading law. I'm wondering if you have any reaction to that, and secondly, should members of Congress and their spouses be banned from trading individual stocks while serving in Congress?
No, I don't know to the second one. We have a responsibility to report in the stock, on the stock, but I'm not familiar with that 5-month review, but if the people aren't reporting, they should be.
Look how nervous she looks.
Because this is a free market and people, we're a free market economy, they should be able to participate in that.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So I guess there is some law.
Yeah,
There is some law that they were talking there about.
Yeah, that you can't know about a decision that's going to be made and somehow have invested.
Right. But there's a lot of evidence that they do. And again, right and left.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
No, it's definitely not one group.
Yeah, it's not. Well, she's the scapegoat because she's the best at it. She's the G. She's top dog. I don't even
People
think
need to
she's
watch
made
and
the
learn.
most money. I think someone else had made more money, right? Wasn't it?
It's like 10th on the list or something.
Who's the top dog? They're the one throwing her under the bus. Put Nancy in front of the camera. She likes
Nancy.
She likes the camera. Get her out there. They're hiding.
Nancy's like, well.
Yeah, there's some guy who's like fucking middle of North Dakota.
Just taking it easy.
Yeah.
Just on his ranch.
That guy, Dave Rouser. Look at that. 149%.
Whoa.
Okay, but it says stock value, portfolio value, but it doesn't say the numbers.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's...
Right? You know what I mean? It's like if their portfolio goes up 149%, but they only have 50 grand in it, as opposed to what Nancy has in it. Hers only went up 70%. Can you imagine if you went to a fucking guy and he said he can get you a 70% return on your money, he'd be like, what's your name?
How do you know that?
What is your name so I can Google you, Mr. Madoff?
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. How are you doing that? How are you making that much money? That's crazy.
How about 150%? That was like the top one.
That guy's doing good.
That guy's doing okay.
Right. But maybe he's smart. He only invests a little bit. Just a touch. Just a little bit. Just for funsies.
In AI.
Yeah. I mean, if you put in $20 and you come back with 150% of $20, no one's going to get mad.
Do you
at you.
gamble?
Me?
Yeah.
No, but I will.
You mean
I'm
you're
not
ready to
scared of
start?
I've
but it's
gone
not
to
like
Vegas,
you love
though.
it.
No, I don't gamble on like cards and stuff like that. It's just, I
Poker?
used to gamble on fights. I used to bet on fights. But then I really decided at a certain point in time I probably shouldn't be doing this. That was a long time ago, though. Before the UFC recently made it illegal. Not illegal, but they passed a rule saying that the people that work for the UFC can't gamble on the fights because there was a scandal involved with fixed fights where it looks like somebody took a dive for money, and then it turns out many fighters have been approached and asked to take dives, and so there's a current investigation going on.
It's just like basketball.
Like everything.
The basketball thing. I mean, I'm sure it's not new.
Especially when money's involved. If you get gambling
so tough.
involved. But my thought was like, I don't have any power in affecting whether or not the fight goes one way or the other. I just have insight.
Right.
In terms of like what I think I have a more
You have a
educated
feeling.
idea of what a fighter's capable of than a person who doesn't watch fights constantly. So and also in the beginning, the early days, I had a giant advantage in that I was a huge fan of these overseas organizations like Pride and Strike Force, or not Strike Force, but Ryzen. A lot of these companies were bringing fighters over, and these bookmakers didn't know about these fighters. And I knew a lot about them. I'm like, this guy's going to fuck everybody up. Like, whatever this line is, I would tell people, like, when Anderson Silva came to the UFC, I told all my friends, I said, bet the house. Bet everything on this guy. I go, this guy's going to fuck everybody up. He's going to be the champion inside of a year. I was like, there's no one going to stop him.
And he was?
Yeah. I was like, he's too good.
But you don't want to bet on like football or something that you're not sort of.
I would. I bet a little bit.
I
but
really
I'm
want
not
you to gamble
crazy.
for some reason.
I'm not scared of gambling, but I do know that it ruins some people's lives.
Yeah.
But so do
Yeah.
cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people, they ruin their life with Pop-Tarts and Mountain Dew. It's like,
It's true. It's going to be, if it's going to be something.
yeah, it's
But
like,
it doesn't have to be, is what we're saying.
right. It's the same thing as junk food. Like, I don't think
Spice.
junk food should be illegal. But I think what Bobby's doing with junk food is really important. And what he's also doing with just educating people, like, hey, like the new food pyramid.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, finally, it's aligned with all the real legitimate health experts.
Yeah.
Instead of this nonsense that you're supposed to mostly be eating grain like you're a fucking cow. Like, this is nuts.
Which, by the way, Bobby's job as secretary of HHS, even something like the food pyramid, which is, I don't know how you can argue with it, but people will find a reason to be mad about it.
Yeah.
And it's no matter what he says, or sometimes the president says, even if it's something great, like favored nations drug prices,
Right.
where they're saying for the first time, America is not going to pay more than other countries for drugs, pharmaceutical drugs. Somehow there are people out there that would be mad about it.
Yeah.
They're not going to take it.
Well, they're furious and
Be outraged.
A lot of them are probably paid off. They're paid off to be. There's a lot of paid influencers. That's one thing to take into consideration when it comes to anything, not like foreign policy issues, pharmaceutical drug issues. There's a lot of people that are paid to have certain opinions. That's a fact.
And get it out there.
Yeah, you get it out there, and someone takes advantage of the fact that this person has a large platform, and then they say, "Hey, this fucking drug price thing is wrong. We're doing something terrible. These pharmaceutical drugs.
terrible.
See how much money they have to spend in order. We have to make sure they're
Be
profitable.
hard on them.
Yeah, this is a crime.
Yeah.
This is a crime to make it cheaper for everybody else. Like, they need all the money.
Do you think that influencers that are just, the people that are showing you how to do an exercise or how to do your makeup, you think those guys, somehow they get involved, right?
It depends on who they are and how influential they are, but I know that happened during COVID. They paid a lot of people
Yeah.
to promote the vaccines.
Yeah.
They paid people
Yeah.
to promote the vaccines, which is just
They paid people.
that's crazy. Like, if the medicine's good, you shouldn't have to pay people to promote it.
Yeah.
Like, when was the last time you saw a influencer getting paid to promote penicillin?
No, I've never.
Fucking never. Why? Because it works. It's
Yeah,
good,
you
and you don't have to
convince
do
people.
that.
Yeah.
If you need it, you should go to the doctor and get penicillin. It's like tried and proven medication.
That was a weird.
It's a weird time.
It's a weird time.
Weird. Super weird time. But it opened up a lot of people's eyes and, air quotes, red-pilled a lot of people.
I hear that term a lot.
Yeah,
Red-pilled.
is
Is there a term black-pilled?
Yes.
Oh, never saw it.
Oh, you never saw The Matrix?
No, but I've
Jesus,
seen
Cheryl,
him.
you're an actor.
I've seen him going backwards and the bullet. It's like, okay, I get it. I got the thing. Oh wait, so red pill.
So Morpheus presents
Is that
Neo
Keanu
with
Reeves?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Morpheus is Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay.
Lawrence Fishburne presents Keanu Reeves with two pills.
Okay.
One of them is the blue pill. If he takes this blue pill, he stays in the Matrix, and he has no knowledge of what reality is all about. If he takes the red pill's reality, and he gets to see. So he takes the red pill. The red pill is reality. And so there's a lot of people that took that blue pill, and and they can't tell you what a woman is.
That's an
When
interesting conversation when you
that's-
hear that.
a great example of someone who took the blue pill. When you just say, like in these congressional hearings,
Yeah.
like Josh Hawley or
Yeah,
these
I
people
saw
say,
it.
what is a woman? And like someone who identifies as a woman. Okay, what are they identifying as? And it's like this weird circular logic, and they just
Yeah.
keep going, and they don't have anything. Can men menstruate? Can men get pregnant? Yes, some men can get pregnant. Yes, some men can have babies. Yes, some men menstruate. And you're like, do you have a PhD? Are you really a teacher? Like, this is crazy.
It is.
But that's blue pill. They took the
I
blue
see.
pill.
Is there such thing as a black pill?
Yes.
What
That's
is the
people
black
that think
pill mean?
we're doomed and we're fucked and everything's. They think it's all pedophiles and Satanists are running the
Wow.
government. And then the white pill
Oh, there's
is
white.
people who think everything's going to be great.
Oh. Can I get the white one?
Yeah, the white pill would be a good thing to take, but I don't think it's accurate. I think you want a gray pill. If they should have a gray pill that gets you like, hey, there probably are a bunch of Satanists and pedophiles in positions of high power.
Yeah.
And then there's also probably a real good chance that we'll pull through this and we'll be better than we've ever been before.
Yeah.
That's possible.
Yeah.
There's a lot of exciting possibility about the future of human beings. And I think the good thing and the bad thing about the internet is the free distribution of information. There's a good thing about it that I try to focus on is that more people have an understanding of how things are really working than ever before.
Yeah.
Like this Epstein file thing, right? That was a big eye-opener for a lot of people. When you see how many people after 2008, after he was arrested, after he went to jail, were actively taking money from him. MIT took money from him and tried to hide it and said to make sure that any donations from Jeffrey are listed as anonymous. So
Wow.
you find out like people are like, they referred to him as Voldemort, like you couldn't say his name.
Wow.
There was a lot of people that met with him and did business with him and traveled with him after he was arrested, after he went to jail.
Do you spend a lot of time reading them?
No, I try not to. I try to have experts come on. I try to
And
read.
just-
You can't change it,
Yeah.
and it'll fuck with your head.
Yeah, it's
Like,
toxic.
You will really get.
It'll-
Yeah.
I haven't read any of them. I do see things on the news, and I'm not saying, if I don't hear it, that means it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But it is such a toxic situation that I think it would be hard to.
It seems very dark.
Very
because
dark.
it seems like it was this bizarre blackmail influence thing that was going on for a long
For
time.
so long.
A long time.
Through different administrations. That's
Yeah.
what's so
Yeah.
unbelievable about it.
It's
how
dark.
long it was going on.
I'm
and
in
how
the
many
files
people.
for not going. Huh? Yeah, I'm in the files for not going because Jeffrey Epstein was trying to meet with me.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, and I was like, what?
I'm like, no thanks.
Yeah.
Aren't
I
you
was like,
glad?
Yeah, but I would have never went anyway. It's like, it's not even a possibility that I would ever went.
But did you-
especially after I Googled him. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? This was like 2017. One of my guests was trying to get me to meet him. I was like, bitch, are you high? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
For what reason would you? What would be
If I was a guy who was like sucking up to the rich and powerful, if I was really interested in hanging out with rich and powerful people.
You know, it's crazy. That's so crazy. But yeah, some people.
Some people get intoxicated by being in a circle of rich and powerful people, even if they're not, like, they don't even have any ambitions of being one of those people. They
Yeah.
just want to be around them. They want to
Yeah.
be around Nobel Prize winners. And
Yeah.
because this guy what he was doing was very clever in that he was getting all of these very powerful and very respected people together.
Yeah.
And you would figure like, oh, it's
If that
safe.
guy's there, if that lady's
Clinton's
there.
here. This
yeah.
is fine.
Right.
Clinton's here. How
Yeah.
could this be bad?
Yeah.
Look, it's Steven Pinker. How could this be bad?
Yeah.
You know, he's a genius. Like, and so you would go. I would imagine you would go to these because there's people that went to these. Like, he had parties in New York. Like, he brought in celebrities and comedians. Didn't Louis Black get invited to one of those? I think he's talked about it. I know Chelsea Handler went to one of them. It's like he would bring all these people in, and he'd like to be around famous people and entertainers and a lot of intellectuals and professors. And Noam Chomsky was famously deeply involved. So it's like you would go, I guess, to these places, and that was how he would convince everybody that everything is going to be fine. Like, have you ever been invited to a party and someone will tell you, hey, you should go to this party. Brad Pitt's going to be there. Like, they'll tell you that to try to get you to
Right.
go.
Right.
They'll tell you about the famous people that are going to be
Right.
there. Like,
I should go.
I didn't know. I
Right.
didn't know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It is weird. Some people are really driven by that, really love the parties and the
Yeah.
invitations.
And blindly ambitious, right?
Yeah.
They're willing to, like, put aside, you know, all the possibilities of what could be awful about these people
Yeah.
and get together with them without even a cursory Google search
Yeah.
as to who you're hanging out
Can't
with.
have your assistant Google something.
How about you just do it? Just go, "Whoa."
It doesn't take long.
Like, hey, look what I just found out. This is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's what's more bizarre is that there's probably, and this, I talked to Mike Benz about this. He was like explaining how this guy rose to prominence and how he got this kind of influence that he had, and he was like, "There's probably a bunch of those going on right now that we don't know about."
What people that are
Like that, like
of
a
course,
same sort
yeah.
of Jeffrey Epstein type situation, just someone else and
Well, I mean,
doing it
it's-
somewhere else, and they just haven't been caught yet.
Yeah. It's
Like
just-
if he didn't get arrested, let's think about this.
yeah.
Because his particular perversion, the darkness of it, was that he was into underage girls. He was into young girls. Imagine if he wasn't. What if he was only into girls that are in their 30s? Like you would have never heard anything about it. What if
Yeah.
he just hired these adult ladies to come to these parties that were already sex workers? Would
Right.
you have heard anything about this?
I know.
And that's the thing. Like, is that happening right now?
right.
Did you hear about how this started in 2005? I think this is
No, but
accurate.
it's. I'm glad you're
What?
saying that because I'm.
This is crazy.
Two girls fighting.
So
High
it started
After a
between
fight.
a fight between two teenage girls at Royal Palm Beach High School in Florida. Here are the details of how the event triggered the investigation. Early 2005, two girls at Royal Palm Beach High School got into a fight during which one girl repeatedly called the other girl a prostitute or hooker. Following the fight, school administrations and parents investigated, searching one of the girls' purses and finding $300 in cash. The confession. The student initially claimed the money was from working at a fast food restaurant, but later revealed she had been paid for massages by a wealthy man, later identified as Jeffrey Epstein. This revelation led to a police investigation in March of 2005 when the stepmother of one of the girls reported the molestation to the Palm Beach police. Wow.
Wow, that's in 2005.
That was the first arrest.
And now listen to this. It says they identify the Royal Palm Beach High was identified. Imagine if that didn't
Wow.
happen.
yeah.
It's dark.
Stark.
Yeah, but if that guy was not into that, if he was not into high school girls,
Right.
like if he was just into grown women who were sex workers and he ran the same operation exactly the same way, it could probably go on to this day.
Yeah.
And if everybody kept their fucking mouth shut, and if all these guys, you know,
Oh yeah. I mean, look at
According
look
to the
at some
FBI
people that
today,
are in the.
There was nothing going on, so.
oh, FBI concluded Jeffrey Epstein wasn't running a sex trafficking ring for powerful men. File show.
So there you go.
Oh,
Case closed.
there you go. Who says that?
Wow.
What's that source?
Yeah, it's going around I just found the place that was showing the headline. It was going around the internet today.
Oh,
think the AP
today?
report- Yeah, the AP. It's the AP reporting it. Yeah.
Today. Oh, I thought that was. I thought that was from
this is
2005.
today. This is like the FBI stating
I was
it
like,
today.
oh,
No, it's
that's
That's the gaslightiest gaslighting shit I've ever heard in my life.
Whoa.
What do they think is going on? Just a bunch of fun? Bunch of guys hanging out,
That is.
being fellas, having cocktails, talking
They
about
say they're
science?
still looking into it, but they don't have any evidence of that.
Oh,
That's what they
look
say.
into it. Maybe you should get Eddie Bravo on the case.
Looking into it. That is
The name of his show.
crazy.
Look into it. Oh, it's so crazy. But there's probably a lot of that that's gone
Oh,
on
yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
And it's also probably a way that they can secure business deals and make sure that people do things they want to do. They have a little something over them. They do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that.
For sure.
Yeah.
This is what. Yeah. I mean, and that's what Epstein was all about. Was manipulating people and holding it over their head, getting them to do something.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
It certainly seems like that. Certainly seems like that was a big part of it.
I mean, is it possible that people didn't know what was going on?
Maybe initially.
Yeah.
If someone got lured in like they tried to lure me in and they didn't do a Google search, and also
Yeah.
they're meeting with this eccentric billionaire supposedly who's just not politically correct. Oh, he's a wild guy.
Which,
who's
by
just
the way,
rich.
who cares?
People care.
People care.
Weirdly, people care about billionaires.
They want to meet.
Weirdly.
They want to meet.
They want access. They think
Access.
somehow or another it's going to rub off on them and they're going to be rich too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I see that. Well, you see it with celebrities, of course.
Sure.
I mean, everybody wants to be around.
Mm-hmm.
That I see it with Bobby. People want to be around him. They want to access. They want to tell him something. They want to talk to him. They want to. And it's like, well, it's intense.
Gets really weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real weird. I think it's a natural human inclination, You know, I think it goes back to the tribal days. You want to be around the chief of the tribe. You know, I just think it's normal primate behavior.
Yeah. And it makes sense that you want to be around people that sort of lift you up and give you ideas, show you something that you
Sure.
wouldn't otherwise see. That
In the best case scenario.
In the best case scenario.
In the best case scenario, you want to be around good people because you want to be around a good person. If you meet someone who's really cool, like, wow, that guy's really cool. I love being around that person. And everybody loves them.
Yeah.
Why does everybody love him? Look at his behavior. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, and then, you know, that's good. Rubs off on everybody.
Yeah.
But also, for some people, it's just like they see someone who's very important and they want to be important and they think being next to that
Just
person
being next to
makes them
them.
important.
just being next to them is going to do something for
Well,
them.
that's why people name drop. Right? Name dropping might be the worst strategy that's ever been conceived. It doesn't work. And yet people do it all the time. Like, it never works.
No.
Nobody ever says, well, it was over at Leonardo DiCaprio's house the other day. You know, Leo and I are close. Nobody goes, wow, you're so
Wow.
cool. You're friends with Leo. No, they go, listen to this motherfucker name dropping.
Right.
Right?
It's weird.
It's weird. But people still do it.
Yeah. It's like, I was just telling my niece, it's like,
Oh, you just name drop your niece.
I didn't say your name. But I was saying like a woman who has a bumper sticker that says classy lady. Oh, I don't think you are.
Yeah.
It's like if you have to, you have to tell me. You have to tell
That's a
people.
good example.
It's like, I don't think so.
Classy ladies don't have bumper stickers, first of all. What are you doing in your car?
What are you doing?
What are you doing to your car, your poor car?
Is it hard for
Classy
you?
lady's
is it
hilarious.
Is it hard for you to go out? Can you go out, or do people
It's a
just
struggle.
You are so famous that there's fame, you know, where some people come up and go, oh hi, or, I like the thing that you did, or the thing that you do, and then there's the super famous where everybody knows you, and it's probably it's got to keep you from actually doing normal things, I would think.
It's definitely a problem. Yeah, it gets in the way, but that's what you sign up for.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't necessarily sign up for it, but it became what it is. Like, when I first started doing this podcast, I never would have, if someone told me it was going to be what it became, I might go, ooh,
Not ready for
I
that.
don't know if I want to do that.
That's a lot.
I like to just be like a B-list sort of weird guy on the outside. It's like, kind of keeps working, but that's it.
You're the first. You're the first person that I've ever talked to that's like, yeah, I just want to be B-list.
Oh, B-list is sweet.
It's good.
You
It's
make
a sweet
money.
spot.
Nobody knows who you are. Nobody cares.
You can go to the movies.
Oh, yeah. Nobody
Yeah.
cares. If they see you, they say hi. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. They're
Oh,
not.
hey, aren't you that guy that was on that show? Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's nice.
That's
Perfect.
nice. Yeah.
You can go to Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
You get to a certain level, you can't go anywhere.
No.
And that's where, you fucked up. You know?
Well, don't run for president, by the way.
No chance. Not a chance in hell.
No, never.
Never. Not a chance in hell. Zero political aspirations. Don't listen to me. If I run, don't vote for me. Don't do it. I don't want that job. I wouldn't be good at it. I'm not designed for it. Nope.
It's a tough job.
It's a crazy job that made sense when there was 150 people and they all had muskets. It doesn't make any sense that one alpha should be involved in controlling 350 million people.
Yeah.
That's nuts. That's a crazy job.
It's all a crazy setup. And by the way, elections are
Hell.
the way they're set up is crazy.
Yeah.
There's when you're in it and you start seeing, oh, this is what you have to do, especially running as an independent, this is what you have to do for each state. It's different for each state.
Yeah.
You're just like, who made up these rules? That's
People that were trying to make sure that it was really hard to win.
Yeah. To make sure an independent.
But there's a thing where people are not allowed to question. That if you question, you get called a fool or you get called a conspiracy theorist. Like, hey, I think there's some election fraud. How much do you think there is? Like, when people say, I don't think the election in 2020 was rigged, I go, well, I don't have any evidence. I don't know. But if I had to ask you, what percentage of election fraud is real? I don't think you would say zero.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would say zero.
Well, I mean,
Right? Do you think, there's a woman in California that recently registered her dog and used a mail-in ballot and voted for her dog to expose the fact that you could do this? And, California famously doesn't allow you to show ID when you vote, which is crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
That's crazy. Like, you're not allowed to? Not only are you not asking, you're not allowed to.
You're not allowed to show it.
That seems like if I was being super charitable, I can't find a reason why that makes sense. And I've ever seen Kamala explain that, like people in poor places, they can't go to Kinko's and they can't get their ID.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's
Something to see.
fucking nuts. It's like the most rambly, cockeyed answer for, like, there's no answer that makes any sense. Like, why shouldn't you have voter ID?
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to cheat. So then the question is, okay, let's say they're not trying to cheat. They just want to make it easy for people that don't have ID to vote. How much of those people are voting that shouldn't be voting? It's not zero. It's not zero. So how much of an effect did it have on the election?
Yeah.
I don't know. But here's the thing, Democrats. If that's a fact and it happened in 2020 and maybe it happened in 2024. We don't know. Maybe it'll happen again in 2028. Maybe the Republicans will lock it down now and they'll rig the elections. Do you think that's okay? I don't think that's okay.
Right. Well, by the way, remember Bush v. Gore?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's when things turned for me where I was like, I'm out.
That
I'm
was
not.
shady.
It was so shady and it was so dramatic.
Took like a couple weeks to figure out who the president was. Remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Do you remember Hacking Democracy, the documentary on HBO?
No.
Ooh, it was really good because it was all about the Diebold systems. And they showed in this documentary that these systems have third-party input. So the idea was that these systems were owned by some large contributor to the Republican Party. And these machines that were in place, supposedly on this show, if I remember correctly, they showed that they can affect the election. They could change the numbers with third-party input. And they did it on the show. So on this, and so at that time, that was supposed to be evidence that the Republicans were capable of rigging the election. And so everyone was supposed to be outraged. Oh my God, they've hijacked our election process and stolen it. But then in 2020, because it was Trump, and he's such a polarizing character, that when he said that the election was stolen, everybody was like, this is an affront to our democracy. Never has a president said that the elections weren't fair. That's not even true, because Hillary did it in 2016. She said that he wasn't the rightful president, that Russia helped him win.
I mean, it's been going on, I think, almost every election. I think there are people. And just like Gore v. Bush, it was like people were so outraged. And it was, we're not going to take this. This cannot be how our elections are held. And for a moment in time, it felt like, oh my gosh, they're really gonna, they're gonna redo it all. And then it's every year, nothing.
Yeah.
Every year, it's people are outraged.
It seems like it escalates.
People love to be outraged.
They do.
It makes them feel like they're doing something.
They enjoy it. They seem to enjoy it.
They do.
Yeah.
A lot of outrage.
Well, it gives you a purpose.
Yeah.
That's part of the thing of being, if you think you're an activist, air quotes, you think you're out there affecting things and you're out there chanting and screaming and carrying the signs that the NGOs had print up and you're out there and, you've got a purpose because otherwise you'd just be sitting at home watching TikTok.
Yeah.
Instead, you're out here saving the world.
And people can see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe organize a group to help people get their citizenship, to help people.
Yeah.
Organize
to help people
together
would be nice.
to move things forward.
Yeah, to help people would be nice. But the citizenship thing is kind of crazy because the borders were wide open for 4 years. And they invited people into the country, essentially, helped them get in, gave them aid. And then once they're in, now the new administration is trying to arrest them and capture them. So both things are crazy. It's crazy that you did this and that you just let these people and told them, you can have a better life, come to America. And then it's also crazy that now you've got armed, masked people running up to people asking for your ID to check to see if you're an American.
Yeah.
Like both things are crazy.
Both things are crazy.
But it's just, there's no pathway. Even if you've been here, like if you came over here 25 years ago and you've been a great person and you pay your taxes and you raise a family and like there's no pathway. You have to go back to Mexico or go back to Guatemala or wherever you're from. The only way to apply to do it the right way is you have to leave the country, which also seems kind of crazy. Like you've built a life here. Like,
right.
There should be some kind of amnesty. Now, I'm not saying that for people that are criminals or people that like just got here, like there should be some amnesty. No, it's like no. Like if you were one of the people that just recently snuck across the border, like no. Like this is crazy. You haven't built a life here.
This is going to be hard to. That's a tough system.
Yeah.
Right. If some people yes and some people no, and
Oh, it's a tough system. It's definitely a tough system. It's tough. The whole thing is tough.
No, it's-
because we're a
it's
country that's
impossible.
established by immigrants.
yeah, it feels impossible.
But you can't have an open border. You can't just have anybody come through because there's going to be a bunch of criminals that come through, and you don't want that. You don't want your country to be more crime infested. You don't want your country to have murderers and cartel members just coming into the country and now getting citizenship and being able to vote and organizing. And that's crazy. That's crazy. That's a good way to destroy your country.
Yeah.
You have to have some way to vet whether or not people are good people. Yeah. But when you just let everybody in and you let 10 million people in, how do you, unless they get arrested while they're here,
Right.
what do you do? And even then, like a lot of them during the Biden administration, they were getting let go. In sanctuary cities were letting people go. They weren't.
They were overcrowded.
It's just crazy. The whole thing is crazy because it's become a part of a political pawn because they just want a bunch of people in these swing states for the census. So they get more congressional seats, and if they get these people and give them the ability to vote, now you have a built-in voter base, and you can just rig the election. You could rig it that way.
I need the white pill.
Yeah.
The what? Or the grayish white pill.
I'm handing out gray pills. We might be okay.
That being said, we might be okay. Things are headed in a
It's
pretty good
possible
direction.
that we could be okay, but there's a bunch of things that have to happen. But a bunch of things have happened that are allowed us to understand how fucked we are, which is the first step towards fixing it.
Admitting you have a problem.
The big one was Elon buying Twitter. That was one of the biggest ones of all time.
The problem.
No, the big solution.
Well, for free
because
speech.
we found out when he bought Twitter that the government had been censoring people's speech.
Yeah. You can talk to Bobby about that.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Crazy. Censoring accurate speech by
Crazy.
experts from Stanford, MIT, these people that were experts in their fields that say this data does not align with, what you're saying does not align with the truth. And this is what I think. And these people were silenced. They were kicked off Twitter.
Yeah.
They lost their careers.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And the government orchestrated it. That's not good. We wouldn't have known that if Elon didn't buy Twitter.
And you think people would be outraged by that. You think a lot of people would be outraged.
On both sides of the aisle.
On both sides of the aisle.
They should be.
About
Yeah.
free speech being shut down.
But people were happy with them doing it as long as it aligned with their values.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not good. Yeah. That's not good. None of it's good.
No.
Yeah. It's like we've got to have some rock solid ethics and morals. And if we don't have that,
Where do we get those?
Jesus.
Jesus.
Jesus has to come back.
Please, Jesus.
If you're going to come back, Jesus, now's a good time. But if he came back, everybody like, it's fucking AI. They think we're dopes. If Jesus
Nobody
was
would
like
believe him.
hovering over the Pentagon, please stop with this war. They're like, this is,
Nobody believes it.
yeah, that'd be the real problem. That's going to be the conundrum. Jesus is going to come back when AI hits its full peak. And no one's going to
Ooh.
believe. They're going to go, what?
Ooh, there'll be a few. But then
Yeah.
that'll be really divided. It'll be like 3 people in the rest of the world.
It'll be the people that see like the Virgin Mary on a grilled cheese sandwich. Those people.
Which, by the way, I've seen pictures.
You never know. What a crazy thing if that's how the Virgin Mary wanted to give you a sign right on a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm here to let you know.
I'm
God
just-
is real.
I'm here.
Yeah.
It's like, I was hungry. Wanted to eat that, but now what do you do with it? Put it in a baggie.
You got to save it. You can't just eat it. That's crazy.
But then what happens? And keep it. Show relatives. Keep it in the freezer.
I think we're going to need something that happens, or whatever their opinions are. They just adopt a conglomeration of other people's opinions rather than forming their own. And you can't question anything because if you do, you get cast out.
And you have to make clear that the other side is really wrong.
Mm-hmm. And the other side's evil, and you're good.
Yes.
It's good versus evil.
It is good versus evil.
And with every election, this could be the end of democracy.
Oh, every time. Democracy is on the line. This is Yeah.
Yeah.
I get sick of that one.
Yeah, Oprah said that when she was running for Commonwealth. This might be the last time you're ever allowed to vote. Like, what?
Yeah. Like, oh,
What?
is that
You
on the
think-
table?
Do you think people are going to tolerate that? For real? Trump's going to be an emperor? Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
What I know.
It's weird. But that's how they get people riled up and
Yeah.
get people to vote.
Yeah.
You gotta use
'em mad.
hyperbole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to make people mad.
If Bobby tried to run for president again, would you tell him "fuck you"? Like, there's no way. Would you go? Would you say, "Look, we did this rodeo. Enough,
Well,
dude."
He's not going to run again, but
Thank the baby Jesus.
if he did, once again, I'm saying he's not running, but I do feel like it would be different because before I knew it was going to be crazy. I didn't know why. It's kind of like having a baby. You know it's going to be hard, but you're not sure why until you have a baby, and then you're like, every night you're hoping your baby lives till tomorrow, and it's a different kind of stress that you had no idea existed. But with Bobby, I know now. I know what they're all up to. I've heard all of the stuff that comes out, the people that come out and they spend all day and night online, going to events, trying to get him, attack him, expose him, paint him as this or that. And it was a lot, that was a lot. And at the same time, it's so much bullshit that I know now what to expect. Like, just a lot of bullshit all day, every day. And I would know more what to pay attention to and what to concern myself with. Because before it was all coming at you every day, all day. And also my own career, my own friends, my decisions got lumped in with that. So everything changed. Everything was changing all day, every day. And I feel like the changes that have been made wouldn't have to... things have already changed. Some things have changed. So
Right.
it wouldn't be in that state of chaos every day.
Right.
It would be a different type of chaos.
Yeah, it definitely.
I
chaos
see why
still.
people run again. Because before, when I watched people run again, you're watching it, and it's just like it's like a, dumpster fire. You're thinking, there's no way that guy is going to run again. That had to be the worst 4 year. Hillary.
Yeah.
There's no way she can run again. That had to be the worst time of her life. And then they run again, and it's that you feel like, oh, now I understand why. Because there's almost that idea of like, that's all you had. You
Right.
gave your best shot. You pulled out all the stops from 1989 to, So, like, they can't say the same bullshit over and over.
Right.
So there's that part of it that's like, okay. I'm sure it's intoxicating for some people.
Yeah. Well, people like winning too.
People
They
like
wanna win.
winning.
So they want to be the person that's on the TV that says the new president of the United States. They want to be that person. I fucking won.
Yeah.
That's why people want to win an Oscar. That's why people want to win everything. They
They
want to
wanna
win.
win.
They want to be the person on TV. Everybody says they're a winner.
What about all the presidents before TV? They didn't care. Or,
I don't know. One of the weirder presidents that was on TV was Eisenhower, because when he was leaving office, he told everybody to be careful of the military-industrial complex. He warned them on television in his speech to the Union. You ever seen that? Mm-mm. It's kind of crazy, because this guy's, decorated former president. He's leaving office, and as he's leaving, he's telling people to be careful, that you have to be very wary that the military-industrial complex wants to go to war, and that we have to be very wary about their influence. This is a sitting president
yeah.
who's announcing it to the nation. And I think people were probably like, wait, what? What was that? I feel like that was in the late 50s. When did Eisenhower give that famous speech?
61.
61.
Farewell address.
It's crazy. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Let's play that, and we'll leave with this, because this is kind of nuts. Because this is, if this aired on television back then, and obviously back then there's no internet, there's no VCRs, there's no nothing. So you
Yeah.
saw it or you didn't see it, and that was
then you heard it secondhand, and
Yeah.
and whatever opinions you get about it are from your neighbors, and that's it.
And everybody shared their opinions, and it just got washed away, and no one really thought about it until the internet came around and people were allowed to review it. So this is Eisenhower in 61.
Vital element in keeping the peace is our military establishment. Our arms must be mighty, ready for instant action, so that no potential aggressor may be tempted to risk his own destruction. Our military organization today bears little relation to that known of any of my predecessors in peacetime, or indeed by the fighting men of World War II or Korea. Until the latest of our world conflicts, the United States had no armaments industry. American makers of plowshares could, with time and as required, make swords as well. But we can no longer risk emergency improvisation of national defense. We have been compelled to create a permanent armaments industry of vast proportions. Added to this, 3.5 million men and women are directly engaged in the defense establishment. We annually spend on military security alone more than the net income of all United States corporations. Now, this conjunction of an immense military establishment and a large arms industry is new in the American experience. The total influence, economic, political, even spiritual, is felt in every city, every state house, every office of the federal government. We recognize the imperative need for this development, yet we must not fail to comprehend its grave implications. Our toil, resources, and livelihood are all involved. So is the very structure of our society. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes. We should take nothing for granted. Only an alert and knowledgeable citizenry can compel the proper meshing of the huge industrial and military machinery of defense with our peaceful methods and goals.
Crazy.
It is crazy. So it's basically,
He was predicting exactly what we're dealing with right now.
which is just like the president should be responsible for keeping our country out of war.
Yeah. And, well, also that there's a machine that wants to go to war.
Yeah.
Because that's how they make money. Because there's
Yeah.
more money involved in that than anything.
Oh, I've learned a lot about that too.
That's scary. And
It's
that,
pretty crazy.
You don't want to be on the wrong side of that.
No.
No.
I've seen some shit, man.
I bet you have.
Like stuff I did. I don't want to know.
Was the most disturbing thing... Well, what was the most disturbing thing? For you personally, going through all of it.
Oh, for me,
Yeah.
I think, well, definitely I was worried about Bobby's safety, you know, just watching him.
Yeah. Especially, yeah.
So that, and then for me, you know, everything changed, and a lot of, I don't know, people just it was interesting to watch people change their attitude about me, or that I'm not the person they thought I was, type of feeling, which is strange because I'm still the same person. So that was really, and still is too, a sense very strange.
Yeah, but you find out who's real.
Yeah, you do.
That's probably a good thing. It's good.
Yeah,
it's
it
good
is.
for someone to betray you like that. Like, oh, look at you, sweetie.
See who rises to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's hard. It's painful, though.
Yeah.
You know?
It sucks if you really like that person and all of a sudden.
Yeah. Yeah. And, and also just people that don't know you that they assume things that aren't true. I mean, I sound ridiculous. It's like, okay, get in line. But it's different. I just did not expect politics to be such a part of my life.
Yeah.
I'm still shocked. But but it's everything's good now. Was the most stressful. Every day, all day. Now he travels with the marshal. He was trying to get Secret Service protection for so long and was denied, which is also
Right while I was running. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is crazy.
It was crazy.
And
Yeah,
then
the Biden administration is like, nope.
no,
Yeah. Everybody else, you can have it, but
Yeah.
not you.
so crazy.
Yeah.
And then he did get Secret Service after the assassination attempt on President Trump. But it wasn't for very long because the election was, close anyway. But just that, just having Secret Service and security around you all the time is crazy. And you learn, and also, what's disturbing, like you learn what to look for and what to do in an emergency and what, things that you would never really, things that you wouldn't think about. But then now you walk into a room and you look at people and you're like, okay, that guy's sweating a lot for no reason. You look to see what's suspicious, what's going on,
Yeah.
and you see things differently. And it's just like,
You have to have your guard up for the kooks.
yeah, a lot of kooks.
Yeah.
There are a lot of kooks.
Yeah. And, this is a conversation we had recently. Like, I think they've weaponized those kooks. They make these people think that they're doing something important.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of talk like that. Like, someone needs to step up and do something. Like, what? What are you saying? Like, what do you say? What the fuck?
Right.
What the fuck are you saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, imagine advocating for that and thinking you're on the good side.
Yeah. You should do something.
Yeah, that the only
Take
solution
matters
is
into your own
assassination.
hands.
Someone
No.
needs to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm glad we're leaving this on a high note.
yeah. Well, it is an undeniably bizarre time. This is a bizarre time, and again, I think it's uniquely bizarre today because we know more about what's really going on than ever before.
Yeah.
We know more about the behind the scenes stuff than ever before, and just there's
Yeah. But it's about who do you believe? That's the thing. Well, once again, that's why people really like
some kind of uncensored, uncontrolled discourse.
There's hardly any out there.
No, most of it is controlled by advertisers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just not good.
Yeah.
All my friends who do shows where they're on some sort of a show, like you get notes. People come in, you got to cut this out, can't talk about that, don't bring this up, this is going to piss off that company, this is going to do this. It's like,
Yeah.
it's not good for us.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing about the internet. Like, this is a thing that they never saw coming. And this is what's so important about Elon owning Twitter. He just turned it into the Wild West. Like, go crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we need. That's the only you get a lot of bullshit. There's everyone's going to get tricked a few times, but for the most part, reality resurfaces. So that's our white pill.
I'm gonna try to remember that. For the most part, reality resurfaces.
Yeah, and when you try to squash it for a long time, no matter what, eventually it pops up. And
Yeah.
You go, oh, this is real.
Yeah, because there's only one truth, right? There are a lot of different lies. But then one truth, and if it like you're saying, keeps coming up, it's really hard to deny.
Yeah, the problem is like with government, the truth is so difficult to understand. There's so much going on. There's so many moving pieces. You're like, okay, well, why is that happening? Well, who's doing that? Well, why is that?
Yeah.
Why'd they make that decision in the first place? Well, what happened to that ruler? How did he get kicked out of office? We funded that? Like, oh, God.
Yeah.
And it's just so, the rabbit hole goes so deep.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why people get so obsessed with all this stuff, because you could lose your mind just chasing down every single story.
Yeah. Or just make a new one.
Make your own.
It's easy. It's easier for them. Just make a new one.
Yeah, you can
Then don't have to
definitely
like
make
worry about the facts
Yeah.
of what's real. It's just like, oh, did you hear about?
Unscripted. You did the audio for it?
I did.
That's
My sister
awesome.
says to play it like at least one speed faster.
Your sister's telling you has like a subtle way of
she's
her
like,
saying you're boring.
Why are you talking so slowly?
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I think it. Of course, I think it's interesting because I wrote it. But yeah, there's definitely stuff about Curb, stuff about the Bobby, the politics, Bobby before politics, Bobby after politics. It's great. It's a wild ride.
All right. Well, thank you very much,
Thanks,
Cheryl. I
man.
really enjoyed talking to you.
Joe.
It was a lot of fun.
Me too.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.